allowing us to do this. Very, very cool stuff. So, yeah, guys, as we talked about a little bit about Roman Reigns, WrestleMania, real quick, just wanted to mention WrestleMania because I know there was a lot of controversy with the finish of WrestleMania. I'll throw my opinion out there and I kind of, go around to you guys here, but I feel like WWE, they had the perfect opportunity to finally have Roman Reigns lose the belt. They built it up perfectly. Saturday night, you had Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn winning the tag team titles off the Usos. So you kind of figure like, okay, the first pillar is down. Now it's up to Cody to finish it off. And the way that match progressed, Solo Sikoa was out there. He got booted. Then the Usos showed up, but then the new tag champs showed up, Owens and Zayn, and interfered and got in the way of the Usos. And it was beautiful. It was so perfect for Cody Rhodes to win it. All of a sudden, I mean, they could have picked somebody else, but Solo Sikoa comes back, puts the Samoan spike into the neck of Cody Rhodes, match is over, and it was kind of like, what the hell happened? And it kind of deflated the arena. I felt like they had a great opportunity to end the night with fireworks, the crowd going nuts, both belts being lifted up over Cody's head. And then some people have argued, well, he's only been around for 6 months since his pec injury or whatever the case. You got to earn it. I don't know. I feel like they blew it.
Yeah, me, I also put something out there on Facebook that was just terrible, in my opinion. That's also you not only got your family there, too. I mean, if you got your family there, you kind of know something's going on usually. And the Royal Rumble winner usually always wins that title since day one, right?
Yeah.
It didn't happen either. So, Cody should have won it. I don't know why he didn't, even if he held it for a month. Okay, but that was just terrible in my opinion.
Yeah, go ahead, John.
I enjoyed the match. That was what got me mad. I enjoyed the whole thing. It reminded me, sometimes we look back and think of things. It reminded me of the old days. It was a great match. And then when that happens and there's interference, yeah, I was deflated. I had that same feeling, like what just happened? And
it was a build up to like the end of the movie, and it was almost like the Sopranos finish, right? Everything just went black. Like, what the hell what did I just watch? That's the way it felt. And some of the opinions I've been reading online, they made it to where it wasn't predictable. Everybody was expecting Cody to win, so this made it unpredictable. Even so, it just felt like the right time. I feel like now, from watching Raw and SmackDown this past week, it feels like they're stretching it too far with the Bloodline storyline. It just doesn't feel like it has that same appeal now that everything that has happened since WrestleMania. So the other thing too, a quick side note, they're bringing back the WWE draft. So maybe they're going to split the titles once again. Triple H just announced that last night. So and the other factor too is there's strong word now that and another side note, WWE and Endeavor have joined forces. Endeavor spent $9.3 billion to buy WWE and merge with them, if you will. They have a majority of the shares, and they own UFC. So it's going to be UFC, WWE kind of linked together now, and we'll see what direction that goes in. That should be interesting. But it does sound as if Vince McMahon is back in control of creative, which people are kind of questioning. Well, where the hell did Brock Lesnar come from to beat the crap out of Cody Rhodes? Like, how does that even make sense for the end of Raw Monday night? A lot of people scratching their heads. We'll see what happens. I liked the way Triple H was running things, but now with Vince McMahon's influence, it could get wild. We could see just things going in some strange directions. Hopefully not killing the momentum of certain guys like Gunther and Cody Rhodes, which they kind of deflated him a little bit, but we'll see where that goes.
And Gunther should be a future champion.
Absolutely. And we'll talk about that match, that triple threat intercontinental title match.
Yeah.
And that's the thing too. I feel like under Triple H, the intercontinental title has been elevated once again. It almost as if it felt like it fell by the wayside. It really wasn't as important of a title like it used to be. But now Gunther, being the longest reigning champion in the 21st century, has really carried that title well. I know a lot of, from what I'm reading on dirt sheets or whatever, a lot of the higher ups love him. I'm a huge fan of Gunther. I think he's fantastic. That match, by the time they were done, everybody had a red chest from taking chops.
Yeah.
Really fun stuff. Fun match. Brutal match.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was a good match. Probably one of two that stole the show.
Absolutely. And I think the other one that stole the show, and John, you were talking about this one as well, was the Hell in the Cell match, the Demon Finn Balor and Edge. Now, if you have had a chance to take a look at he took a shot off the ladder, Finn Balor did. Edge ran the ladder to his head. He was busted open. They had to pause the match for a little bit because he was bleeding pretty bad. And at first I'm thinking, come on, WWE, just let him go. Let him bleed. They don't want the blood. But then they ended up showing a picture of Finn Balor afterwards. I should have sent it. I should have had it ready for the show. But he basically had it was like this.
Yeah,
it was
a
huge.
cut. Yeah.
Unbelievable gash. So he had got a shitload of stitches put in his head. So yeah, good idea to pause the match and get him sewn up because he was not sewn up there, but at least patched up because that was pretty brutal.
Yeah, but man, you gotta see how that Edge entrance. I wish he would have came down to ramp in that whole gear alone.
Yes, yeah, very cool how they incorporated the Brood with that a little bit and kind of like two demons going at it, so to speak. And that Hell in the Cell match was really great. Overall, WrestleMania I thought was a great show. Again, I felt a little deflated at the end. The end of night one was perfect. Like I said, the tag titles switched over. The only thing too, though, I didn't notice a lot of like legend returns. I mean, we saw Shane McMahon come back. He blew his quad out middle of that segment. Snoop Dogg saving the day. You gotta love that. But no Rock, no Stone Cold, no Hulkster, no Taker. I mean, I was a little surprised we didn't see any legends show up.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I know. I mean, WWF, from McMahon Sr. to McMahon Jr. should be Stephanie, Triple H, and Shane running the show forever down the road.
Ideally, yeah.
Just, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But hey, we'll see where things go. Again, it could get a little unpredictable here now that Vince McMahon and his weird mustache are back into the guy's making bad decisions on his face at this point, let alone.
I see that on Eric Bischoff's podcast. It's like all over everybody's podcast. That McMahon picture.
Somebody compared him to Roy Wally from National Lampoon's Vacation. At the end there, he's like Roy Wally shows up with the thin mustache. Yeah. He kind of looks like him. Yeah. So, like I said, we'll see where that all goes now with Vince McMahon back in the fold, and now with Endeavor taking over the company at this point, which is very, very interesting. So, and of course, the WWE draft, as they start to do that, we'll talk about that in the weeks to come, see who gets drafted where and what they're going to do with the title belts, if they're going to split them. We'll see. But guys, as we wrap up here, I know we got some other things to tend to here before we wrap up the show. John, any public service announcements that you have there?
Yeah, this month has a lot of good awareness. We have Autism Awareness Month, we have Child Abuse Awareness Month, and we also have Sexual Assault Awareness Month. I'm going to concentrate on that for this one. But all three are obviously probably one of the big, when you have all these awarenesses, that this month is probably one of the biggest ones, April. This is RAIN, 1-800-656-HOPE, 1-800-656-HOPE. If you're somebody who's ever been affected in this way, and even if it was 35, 40 years ago, if you're the loved one of someone who's ever been affected this way, 1-800-656-HOPE or online RAIN with 2Ns.org would be where to go. They are there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's hard, I'm going to tell you. So when this stuff comes up, it's difficult. You need help. That's the place to go. So please, 1-800-656-HOPE.
Perfect. And Chris, did you want to mention any of the other outlets where you can find us on Falls Count Anywhere besides Facebook?
Of course, yes. We'd like to thank our viewers across all our platforms for over this year and a half of us being with you. And Facebook is our home, of course. And also John on our YouTube page. Our Friends with the Z Media Network is not just our show here, Falls Count Anywhere, but all of our other shows with John and Sports Show. And my 21-year-old son also coming out with Otaku Gamers.
Nice.
Some stuff coming up with that. And cool. Yeah, all that should be very interesting coming up only on our YouTube channel. And we're up to 39, so we thank you all. Also on our Twitter, @Count Anywhere is also doing very well. We thank you on Twitter and all our followers. And of course on Spotify as well. And John, tell our viewers about our stars.
Yes, please. As you're watching this now, you'll see where you could the stars. Well, stars, if you pay 99 cents, you give us 100 stars. The stars are big for us on Facebook because it gives us a little more opportunity for more advertising. The 99 cents is good for us because it keeps everything going as far as our technology. We appreciate it. We've had a lot of people give stars. Really cool. I thank you all. You've done amazing. I can't believe it. But it's our way of keeping everything going and to do future things, future maybe events we can do. But if you like our shows and you love it and everything else, give us some stars.
Absolutely. And give us a follow on that Falls Count Anywhere page on Facebook as well. If you haven't, if you're following, if you're watching the show, go ahead and click like so we get the follow as well. And we appreciate each and every one of you for checking us out, even if it's just for a couple minutes. So, guys, as we wrap up here, have a great Easter weekend. Enjoy the festivities that come with that. And then, of course, we'll be back next week. Hopefully, we have some guests, of course, lined up on the pipeline here, and we'll let you know who those individuals are as we go along here. But guys, again, have a great weekend, and thanks so much for hanging out. And again, thank you to Wes Maidment for today's show, and take care, guys.
Yes, thank you.